Hi, my name is Jeannine van der Linden. I am the founder, chief cook and bottle washer, troublemaker in chief at De Kamer, which is a network of 8 co-working spaces in the Netherlands. I am now in the first Kamer 52, which is in English room 52. Our motto is home for your business, and as you can see, we're extremely homey. One of our favorite co-workers is our Painters Club, and they provide us with the art for our whole location. We always have an artist in residence program. This is our artist in residence program. Right here, you can see their work. My coworkers are a combination of students, housewives, people who are employed, who have a side gig, and dedicated entrepreneurs. We have nonprofits. We have all kinds of clubs and groups, all of them working together. For each location, it's our objective to have between 80 and 100 co-workers covering the bridging the gap from essentially the most basic membership, wherein you essentially come to events and pick up your mail, to a traditional rental of an office space. We have all of those things, and our job is to manage the sharing and make sure everybody's covered. The effect of the sharing model has been one of the more interesting things. I mean, one of the hardest things in co-working is to get away from the rental arbitrage model, where you're basically just splitting the rent, like roommates, and onto a model where you're more like a platform, more like a cooperative, because at that point that you step away from the traditional sort of selling of bits of desk to interchangeable people, when you step away from that, the abundance can come and the growth can come. One of the areas where we see the most growth and the most interest has been in online retail. We have 1, 2, 3, probably 4 online retail businesses which started here and ultimately through different approaches, all of them with a very different approach, have ended up establishing their business in their own location because they got too big for us, somewhere within a 5-kilometer circle from where I'm sitting now. One of them started doing nothing but events. They were a purely online shop, and they did nothing but events. In this location. Every month they had different events, and some of the events were enormously creative. All of the events around their target market, not around their product necessarily, but around their target market. They did that for a year, and as they grew, they had to get a location, and so they put their first location here, and they had a very small shop here. And then they moved on, got bigger and bigger, and then we had to have the talk. And the talk is when I say, son, it's time for you to get your own place. In that case, it was a man, and they have their own place. It's about 1 kilometer from here. We still see each other. This is a town of 50,000 people. We see each other all the time. They're still co-workers, and we're still working together in various ways. Our shipping is still run jointly with them and our other online retail businesses, and we do a number of online things together, and also offline. When we have a party, we all get together again. We have another online retail business that went a completely different way. They started as 2 employees, full-time jobs, who started this business sort of on the side. They do swag. I love swag. They do printed t-shirts, key rings, all of that stuff. And they, instead of doing events here, they started having nothing but meetings here. They had their meetings here, and they found their suppliers here, and they tested their products here on the other coworkers. And eventually their business also grew to the place where we had to have the talk, and they have their own building not 3 kilometers from here. That approach, where you place at the disposal of your coworkers not only the space itself, but the resources of the space, which includes the other coworkers and all the things that they do, are the things that have led to abundance for us. I think it's important for co-working to move away from rental arbitrage and into a platform cooperative model which leads to abundance for everyone. And I think that's not limited to co-working. I think we're at a very exciting time in the world generally where that shift is happening, and it's important that we move towards changing things away from exploitation and to good. I wish I could be there this year. I look forward to being with you next year, and I thank you for your attention.